Hello, this is Legend TV. The player we're introducing today is a living legend of South Korean football who needs no further introduction. A man who shattered the long-held belief that Asian forwards couldn't succeed in Europe, and an EPL Golden Boot winner. He shook the Bundesliga, conquered the Premier League, and has now added a Europa League title, truly becoming a Tottenham legend. He is an irreplaceable figure, the captain of his national team and an icon for his club. We're talking about Son Heung-min. Born on July 8, 1992, in Chuncheon, Gangwon Province, Son Heung-min was raised under the strict training of his father, Son Woon-young, a former player who had to retire early due to injury. Son Woon-young's core philosophy was based on fundamentals. He forbade Son Heung-min from shooting or playing in matches until he was 14, focusing only on basic drills. Son's flawless ability to use both feet was a direct result of his father's meticulous coaching. He made the right-footed son wear everything from his socks and football boots to his trousers and watch on his weaker left side first, forcing him to constantly be conscious of and train his less dominant foot. His father sacrificed everything, waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. to help his sons train and continuing to coach them late into the night after finishing his own work. Son Heung-min himself has acknowledged his father's devotion, saying, "My father made me who I am today. Without my father, I wouldn't be here." Son's journey to European football began during his first year of high school at Dongbuk High, when he decided to pursue it after a 6-month short-term training program organized by the Korea Football Association. Returning to South Korea, he impressed at a U-17 tournament, which led to him joining the Hamburger SV Youth Academy in Germany. At the HSV youth team, he scored 9 goals in 15 games in the 2008-2009 season and 6 goals in 11 games during the second half of the 2009-2010 season, earning him a promotion to the club's B team mid-season. In the beginning, Son suffered from severe homesickness. He missed kimchi and his family, and the language barrier and racial discrimination made things even more difficult. Eventually, his father decided to move to Germany to support him. In the following 2010-2011 season, an 18-year-old Son Heung-min met Ruud van Nistelrooy, from whom he learned a great deal. Van Nistelrooy approached Son after their first training session and said, "You're a good player," which gave him a huge confidence boost. He offered warm encouragement and advice like a father, telling him to speak up if he needed anything. For a young player starting his professional career in a foreign country, this kind of attention and support from a world-class star was more than just encouragement. It became the crucial foundation for developing a professional mindset and the resilience to overcome adversity. Making his league debut against Cologne as a starter, he scored his first league goal, setting a club record for the youngest goalscorer in the team's history, and the club was ecstatic. The official website praised him with a message that read, "We have our own Messi." Hamburger SV immediately offered him a new contract, which he signed on November 4, 2010. Energized by the new contract, Son scored a brace 2 weeks later in a match watched by then national team coach Cho Kwang-rae. Thanks to his brilliant debut and stellar performance in the first half of the season, he was named the Hamburger SV Player of the Season. In the 2012-2013 season, Son Heung-min scored 12 league goals, becoming the 5th Korean player to achieve double-digit goals in Europe. He scored a brace against defending champions Borussia Dortmund, ending their 36-game unbeaten run at home. His outstanding performance was enough to attract attention from big clubs, and Liverpool even considered a €20 million transfer fee for him. Son himself commented that Liverpool's interest was a good thing, but remained cautious, stating that all conditions had to be met. The interest from these big clubs was a clear sign that his talent could thrive on a bigger stage. With a 20-year-old forward scoring 12 league goals, Son Heung-min's market value soared at the end of the season, and Bayer Leverkusen, the most active suitor, signed him to a 5-year contract on June 13, 2013. He was signed for €10 million, a club record fee at the time, and was given the number 7, which had belonged to Andre Schürrle. His salary also jumped from €1.5 million at Hamburg to €3.8 million. On November 9, he scored his first professional hat-trick against his former club, Hamburg, earning a perfect 10-point rating. This performance made Korean fans start seeing him as the next great star to lead the national team after Park Ji-sung. Son himself had improved significantly since his time at Hamburg. His attacking contributions per 90 minutes rose from 0.42 to 0.55. He scored another winning goal against Dortmund, making it 3 consecutive winning goals against the team in yellow. This feat earned him the nickname, the Beekeeper, as he was known for hunting goals against the Bumblebees. Cha Bum-Kuen, a Leverkusen legend, had already designated Son as his successor. Despite some inconsistency, Son's crucial header in the final match against Werder Bremen secured a 4th-place finish for the team. This not only earned them a Champions League spot but also gave him double-digit league goals for the 2nd consecutive season. At the end of the season, he fulfilled his dream of participating in his first World Cup as the youngest member of the squad, but South Korea was eliminated early with a record of 1 draw and 2 losses. Still, Son's goal provided a beacon of hope for Korean football. Naturally, he inherited Park Ji-sung's number 7 on the national team. At the 2015 Asian Cup final, against Australia, he scored a dramatic equalizer, but South Korea finished as runners-up, and Son burst into tears. He said, "I'm sorry to my teammates and sorry to the fans. I'm especially sorry to my brother Cha Do-ri, who is retiring after this tournament, for not being able to give him a championship trophy." His emotional words broke the hearts of many football fans. This heartbreak and tears became the foundation that made him even stronger. Incidentally, the coach of Australia at the time was Ange Postecoglou. In the 2014-2015 season, he scored 17 goals in 42 games, including 5 in the Champions League, making him a player on Europe's radar. Despite criticism for inconsistency, his improved and sharper shooting solidified the idea that Son is the shot. His consistent performance at Leverkusen further increased his value and set the stage for his long-held dream of moving to the Premier League. Mauricio Pochettino, the Tottenham manager at the time, had been watching Son since his days at Southampton and pushed hard for his transfer after joining Tottenham. When negotiations stalled, Chairman Daniel Levy himself intervened, giving Son and his father, Son Woon-young, assurances about the club's sincerity and guaranteed playing time. Son's decision to leave Leverkusen was also influenced by the club's attitude, their focus on a tactic centered around Karim Bellarabi, and their plan to develop young talent like Julian Brandt. Furthermore, his friend Hakan Calhanoglu stated in an interview that Son was listening to bad advice from his father, making a reconciliation between them impossible. On August 28, 2015, Son signed with Tottenham for a transfer fee of €30 million, setting a new record for the highest transfer fee for an Asian player. He signed a 5-year contract and was given the number 7, which had belonged to Aaron Lennon. This indicated the high expectations placed on him, especially since his rival for the position, Nacer Chadli, was considered an unreliable player. With the club's top 2 record signings, Roberto Soldado and Eric Lamela, having failed to live up to their price tags, many hoped Son would be different. A Korean player's transfer to the EPL requires meeting strict conditions, and Son's transfer fee, exceeding €10 million, helped him meet them. In a Europa League match against Karabag, he scored a brace and received a 9.2 rating, but his weakness in off-the-ball movement was exposed. This would become a problem for him later. In a subsequent league match against Crystal Palace, he scored his first Premier League goal from a pass by Christian Eriksen. However, he was injured in a match against Manchester City, and his form suffered, causing him to lose his place to a competitor and making more appearances as a late substitute. While Son was sidelined, Tottenham was climbing the league table, and a breakout season from Dele Alli meant Son's place in the team became less secure. Korean fans began to speculate, some blaming women issues, and others saying he lacked desire, leading to a significant wave of anti-fans. Meanwhile, Leverkusen's replacement for Son, Javier Chicharito Hernandez, was on a scoring spree, which intensified the criticism against Son. The most frequent criticism was his off-the-ball movement, a weakness pointed out even before the season started. With his form plummeting, he only played about 1,100 minutes in 28 league games. This was half of his playing time from the previous season. However, in the late stages of the season against Chelsea and Southampton, Son scored goals with a different, more improved movement. It was a moment that showed he was changing. Despite finishing the 2015-2016 season with 8 goals and 6 assists, fans' cold assessment was, it would be wise for him to return to Germany, and, if his off-the-ball movement is at this level, he won't survive in the EPL. Transfer rumors to Wolfsburg constantly emerged, but a majority of local fans believed he should be kept for another season. Even when Wolfsburg increased their bid to €35 million, Pochettino was firmly against the move. His decision to stay, despite being on the verge of a transfer, became a crucial turning point in his Tottenham career. Son faced a difficult summer before the 2016-2017 season. He was eliminated in the quarterfinals of the Rio Olympics, putting his military exemption in jeopardy. With the signings of competitors like Georges Kevin Kudu and Moussa Sissoko, a tough season was anticipated. However, what followed was a dramatic turnaround. That season, Son scored 21 goals in 47 appearances across all competitions, including 14 goals in the Premier League, establishing himself as a key forward for the team. Although he struggled against top teams, he formed a fearsome attacking trio with Harry Kane and Dele Alli, contributing significantly to Tottenham's second-place finish. His constantly criticized off-the-ball movement improved, making him an indispensable forward for Tottenham. And in September 2016, he scored 4 goals and provided 1 assist in 3 games, becoming the first Asian player to win the Premier League Player of the Month award. Not stopping there, he won the award again in April 2017 with 5 goals and 1 assist in 6 games. Son's impact wasn't limited to the league. He scored 6 goals in the 2016-2017 FA Cup. In the quarterfinals against Millwall, he scored his first hat-trick for Tottenham, leading the team to a dominant victory, despite facing racist abuse from some Millwall fans. His strong response to adversity with an outstanding performance moved many fans and demonstrated his mental fortitude. In his career-high season, he grew into one of the top 3 left-wingers in the EPL alongside Eden Hazard and Alexis Sanchez, completely shaking off his previous season's slump to become a permanent starter for Tottenham. After a stellar year, Son Heung-min scored 18 goals and provided 11 assists in 53 games during the 2017-2018 season. Despite struggling with injuries in April and May, a historic moment as he surpassed Park Ji-sung's record for the most goals by an Asian player in the Premier League. And at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, he scored 2 goals, proving he was South Korea's ace to the world. His second goal, which led to the defeat of Germany, became the signal for a new era in Korean football, and this momentum carried over to the 2018 Jakarta Palembang Asian Games. And finally, Son Heung-min received the military exemption he so desperately wanted by winning the gold medal. While he had been a national team superstar, he served as a chance creator for his teammates at the Asian Games. With the military issue resolved, Son's value skyrocketed. In the 2018-2019 season, despite concerns over numerous call-ups for the World Cup, Asian Games, and Asian Cup, Son showed the best efficiency relative to his playing time in the EPL. He made 30 goal contributions in roughly 3,200 minutes of play for Tottenham. The Champions League became Son's stage. In the round of 16 against Borussia Dortmund, he scored the opening goal in a 3-0 victory, and in the first leg of the quarterfinals against Manchester City, he scored the first-ever European goal at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the second leg at the Etihad, he scored a brace, dramatically sending his team to the semi-finals on the away goals rule. With these goals, he became the all-time leading Asian goal scorer in the Champions League. He once again dreamed of his first professional title in the Champions League final against Liverpool, but a handball penalty just 1 minute after kickoff shattered their hopes. Although he won 4 individual awards, including the Tottenham Player of the Year and Goal of the Year awards, a championship trophy remained elusive. Continuing his new challenges, Son started the 2019-2020 season with consistent performances. Against Burnley, he scored an unbelievable 70-meter dribbling goal, which went on to win the FIFA Puskas Award. The glory was followed by setbacks. A tackle on André Gomes against Everton led to a severe ankle injury for his opponent, resulting in a red card and a significant psychological impact on Son. A month later, he received another red card for a retaliatory foul on Antonio Rudiger in a match against Chelsea. To make matters worse, in February 2020, despite scoring 2 goals against Aston Villa, a fractured arm required surgery, threatening to end his season. However, an unforeseen variable emerged. The COVID-19 pandemic, which swept the globe, led to the suspension of the Premier League in March 2020. This unexpected break gave Son time to recover from his injury. He used this period to complete his 3 weeks of mandatory basic military training with the South Korean Marine Corps, fulfilling his military obligation. A serious arm fracture that could have ended his season became a blessing in disguise, as the league's suspension allowed him to both recover and resolve his military service. This became a crucial turning point for the long-term continuity of his career. Returning after the league's restart, Son recorded his first-ever 10-10 season, 10 goals, 10 assists, and was named the Tottenham Player of the Season. For years, the attacking duo of Harry Kane and Son Heung-min had been contributing to many goals, and in the 2020-2021 season, Son scored 4 goals in a 5-2 victory against Southampton, all assisted by Harry Kane. This was the first time in Premier League history that a player scored 4 goals assisted by a single teammate. The partnership between Kane and Son was truly fantastic, and in January 2021, Son scored his 100th goal for Tottenham. Despite being named to the PFA Premier League Team of the Year alongside Harry Kane at the end of the season, the team's performance was disappointing. Kane and Son finally had a chance to win their first professional trophy in the Carabao Cup final, but they lost to Manchester City, once again failing at the final hurdle. In a chaotic period for the team, coach Mourinho was sacked just days before the final, and Ryan Mason was appointed as interim manager. Following the Champions League final defeat, this second runner-up finish fueled growing calls for Son to leave the club to win a trophy. Many believe that if the 29-year-old Son didn't move now during his prime, no other team would want him later. However, in July 2021, Son signed a 4-year contract extension with Tottenham until 2025, demonstrating his unwavering loyalty to the team. He then set a new milestone in Premier League history. With a consistent scoring record throughout the season, Son scored 23 goals, sharing the Premier League Golden Boot with Mohamed Salah of Liverpool. What was even more remarkable was that none of his 23 goals were from penalties. With this, Son became the first Asian player to win the Premier League Golden Boot. The dramatic scene on the final day of the season, where he scored 2 goals against Norwich City to secure the Golden Boot and his team's Champions League qualification, was like something out of a movie. His perfect partnership with Harry Kane also continued to shine. In February 2022, Son and Kane recorded their 37th combined Premier League goal, surpassing the record set by the duo of Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba. The 2022-2023 season was a difficult time for Son. His performance faltered at the start of the season with an 8-game goalless streak, leading to speculation that his skills were declining. However, he came on as a substitute against Leicester City and scored a hat-trick in just 13 minutes, signaling his return to form. Expectations for the Qatar World Cup naturally rose. But on November 1, 2022, during a Champions League match against Marseille, a clash with an opponent resulted in a severe orbital fracture. He underwent surgery, making his participation in the World Cup just weeks away seem uncertain. With Son's significant role in the national team, the news was a shock to football fans. However, with incredible resilience and determination, he was included in the final World Cup squad and showed immense fighting spirit by playing in every game wearing a protective face mask. In the first group stage match against Uruguay, he was seen playing with a torn sock, demonstrating his unwavering commitment. In the final group stage match against Portugal, in injury time, he delivered a perfect assist to Hwang Hee-chan, securing a dramatic advancement to the round of 16 for South Korea. His selfless play in every match moved the nation, and his humility, saying he wasn't bothered by the mask and crediting his teammates for the success, was inspiring. Although his form was not at its best during the tournament, it was still ace Son Heung-min who provided the assist for the winning goal against Portugal. After the World Cup, Son returned to the league and achieved his 100th EPL goal, the first Asian player to do so. However, he had to undergo surgery for a sports hernia that had been bothering him all season. After Antonio Conte left the team in March 2023, Tottenham faced a period of chaos and failed to qualify for a European competition for the first time in 14 years. In the summer of 2023, newly appointed coach Ange Postecoglou named Son Heung-min as the team's new captain, succeeding Hugo Lloris. This made him the first Asian captain in EPL history. With Harry Kane also having left for Bayern Munich, Son's appointment as captain was a symbolic event that showed how important his role was as the team's focal point and spiritual leader. Wearing the captain's armband, Son displayed exemplary leadership on and off the field. In September 2023, he scored his first hat-trick as captain against Burnley and scored a brace in the North London derby against Arsenal, reaching his 150th goal for Tottenham. With 6 goals in 4 games that month, he won his 4th Player of the Month award. He also broke the Tottenham club record for the most assists in the Premier League, showcasing his role as both a goal scorer and a playmaker. However, the dark clouds from his time with the national team remained. The South Korean national team, led by coach Jurgen Klinsmann, suffered a shocking 2-0 defeat to Jordan in the 2024 Asian Cup semi-finals, once again falling short of a championship. The team's failure to register a single shot on target in that match drew heavy criticism. The Asian Cup title was a heartfelt goal for Sun, who had scored a winning goal in the quarterfinals, but their journey ended there. The 2024-2025 season was an extremely difficult one for Tottenham. Contrary to expectations from expensive youth signings, the team spent the season in the lower half of the table, even flirting with relegation at one point. Sun, as captain, fought to lead the team, but his personal performance also saw a decline compared to previous seasons. He finished the league with only 7 goals, failing to reach double digits for the first time since the 2015-2016 season. However, in stark contrast to their league struggles, the Europa League was a different story. As captain, Sun was burdened with the heavy responsibility of overcoming the team's difficult situation and leading a turnaround in a European competition. The Europa League was the team's only hope. Having defeated AZ Alkmaar and Eintracht Frankfurt, Tottenham reached the final, where they faced fellow Premier League side Manchester United. Two teams finishing 16th and 17th in the Premier League meeting in a final was a do-or-die situation. The winner would not only get a major trophy, a successful season despite their league form, but also a spot in the Champions League next season. This meant a windfall of prize money and TV rights, and the prestige of being a Champions League team for player recruitment. With both Manchester United and Tottenham prioritizing the European competition due to their poor league form. Sun suffered a foot injury before the semi-finals, sidelining him for about a month. However, he made a dramatic return just before the final. Still, coach Postecoglou chose to start the more defensively minded Richarlison instead of Sun. The final was a tense match, a continuous struggle of who would mess up less. In the end, a lucky goal for Tottenham became the winning goal. It was the club's first European trophy since 1984 and their first major trophy in 17 years since the 2008 League Cup win. When the final whistle blew, Son Heung-min was overwhelmed with emotion, celebrating the victory with his teammates. He held the trophy high while draped in the South Korean flag. This cemented his status as Tottenham's greatest legend. After finally breaking his long streak without a title and standing at the pinnacle of a European competition. From a young prospect at Hamburg to an icon of the Bundesliga and Premier League, and finally, as the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, lifting a European trophy, Son's journey has been a drama in itself. His wish to find the final piece of the puzzle finally became a reality. Isn't Son's passion for football and his relentless spirit one of the great romances of our time?